Match 35 of the Big Bash League, the Sydney Sixers and the Brisbane Heat. Let's build our fantasy team on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo. I'm Rana Kapoor and Tom Moody is all set to join me. Right, let's go to our pro tip and some more info and news on the Carrara Oval in Queensland, where we believe it's been the best batting surface in the Big Bash League Season 10 so far. An average of only 5 dismissals per innings, batting average of just under 29 and a strike rate of over 145. It's the best among all venues this season, so pack your team with lots of batsmen. Tom, make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, and with that, making sure that you pack it full of top order batsmen. So I'd be really focusing on, batsmen that you feel are going to be batting at 1, 2 or 3.
All right, we're going to see quite a few of those in our team then. On player availability, before we go to our team, at the time of recording this video, all players from the Heat and the Sixers from their last game are deemed available. Do check in closer to the toss for more updated team news, if any. And let's go to our team. Before that, a quick reminder, My 11 Circle app gives you 100 credits to build your fantasy team. Every user can pick from 4 categories of players: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any given contest, and we'll throw in 4 substitute options for you towards the end of this video as well. Our captain choice is Josh Philippe. Tom would like that. It's a top-order bat. It's someone in form, the leading run scorer this season with 266 runs in 8 innings, striking at over 140, and he's managed to score 40-plus scores in both his last 2 outings at the Carrara Oval. One of those coming against this opposition, the Brisbane Heat. Lynn is vice-captain. That's interesting. Now the most destructive batter that the Big Bash has ever seen has been at his best form since the start of this edition, recording scores of 20, 69, 30 and 48. He did miss a few games in between, but he hasn't quite looked out of touch. 154 sixes in 79 Big Bash innings, 64 more hits than the next best hitter. And we're banking on Lynn to give you some extra points as vice-captain. Josh Philippe is captain, Lynn is vice-captain. They give you double and 1.5 times the points respectively, so pick them very carefully. Lewis Gregory features in our top picks, and after losing 3 consecutive games, Gregory has come in and completely changed the fortunes of Brisbane Heat, and he's also helped them win 4 of their next 5. He's picked up 6 wickets and has scored a couple of crucial knocks with bat as well. James Vince is there. We're yet to see the consistency of the old from James Vince. He has had a couple of vital knocks for the Sixers in this year's Big Bash, and we're still going to feature another top-order bat in our top picks. Finally, Mujibur Rahman, still just 19. The Afghan spinner has overcome a poor Big Bash last season and performed exceptionally well this season with 12 wickets in 7 games at an average of just over 14. And the Carrara Oval surface has been assisting spinners more than pacers in this Big Bash. Our top picks then: Josh Philippe as captain, Lynn is vice-captain, Lewis Gregory, James Vince and Mujibur Rahman wrap up our top picks. Tom, thoughts?
Yeah, look, it makes a lot of sense having Philippe and Lynn in those positions where they can get extra points as captain and vice-captain. The one thing I would consider is Max Bryant, the young, explosive Brisbane Heat opening batsman in that top picks list, instead of probably Lewis Gregory. Gregory bats down the order and bowls not really in a key position. So, yes, he's an effective cricketer. There's no question of that. But I think Bryant might enjoy the venue.
All right, we've got Max Bryant in our differential picks. So Tom makes a good point. He's yet to register a 50-plus score this Big Bash, but he has been grinding it out in the middle by topping the batting charts for Brisbane Heat. 210 runs in 8 games, strike rate of nearly 140, and managed a 23-ball 40 against the Sixers earlier this season. Lloyd Pope features as well in our differential picks. He is one of the most exciting prospects from Australia's spin reserves, is the 21-year-old leggy, and he didn't get much of a chance earlier this season, but he's come back and bowled some pretty tight lines in both games so far. 3 overs, none for 15, and 2 overs, 2 for 13 so far. So Max Bryant and Lloyd Pope in our differential picks. Our full team sees Josh Philippe as a keeper option and our recommended captain. Lynn is our vice-captain. Max Bryant, Jordan Silk, James Vince, Joe Denley, Lewis Gregory, Mark Steckedy, Mujibur Rahman, Steve O'Keefe and Lloyd Pope. Substitutes Ben sees the likes of Dan Christian, Carlos Brathwaite, Joe Burns and Jack Wildermuth. An alternate scenario is that Joe Burns could replace Joe Denley in the 11. Tom, do you like that? And any more suggestions you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Yeah, look, that's certainly one you consider. Looks like Joe Burns is, finding his feet with his form. Denley's yet to do it, but I'd be patient with Denley. I think he's a quality player. He's done it before in the Big Bash. I'd certainly give him one more match, and I think he might enjoy the surface up there in Brisbane. So I'd be sticking with him. Apart from that, it looks a pretty good lineup. The one thing worth considering is Jack Wildermuth. I think he's a form player, a dynamic all-rounder, and you could consider him instead of Lewis Gregory.
All right, Tom Moody, thank you very much. That's a wrap. You've heard all of Tom's thoughts, and do check in with team news closer to the toss to pick players only from the 11s from both sides. We'll be back with plenty more on my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo right through the Big Bash.